are watching The Horizon, the voice of the Amber Woman, exclusively on ABC Amber TV.
Mutumbu, mama yo, na ya boy go get her. Blue Jay Brothers. Mama you kind, mama you're beautiful, mama you good, mama you're wonderful. No woman like you, mama. No woman like you, mama. Thank God for you, mama. Thank God for you, mama. 'Cause you gave me life, oh mama, queen of my life, oh mama. I go love you for life, oh mama. 'Cause you love me so, oh mama. From small begin, I never forget all the suffer when you suffer for me. Oh yeah, yeah. All the pain and the troubles where I put you through. I remember when money no be there and chop no be there for her. You be the try your best. You go run around to find us something where we go chop. When I dey sick, you know the sleep. You go the cry all night. You go hold me tight, start to pray, say God make you have my oh Lord. Ooh, I wo ye ye choma. Afunga na bere ye funga choma. Ambama na bere ye ambama choma. Enga na chinu ye ga choma. Mama, I wo ye ye choma. Afunga na bere ye funga choma. Ambama na bere ye ambama choma. Enga na chinu ye ga choma. Ye ga choma, mama. Enga na chinu ye ga choma. Chinu ye ga choma. Oh, you gave me life, oh mama, queen of my life, oh mama. I will love you for life, oh mama, 'cause you love me so, oh mama. Ale mama, selelelele. Ale mama, shekelelelele. Ale mama, you're my motivation. You gave me the best education, mama. The song where I sing, I'm for you. Now it's special dedication to you. Oh yeah, I know say every night and day you pray say make a mama. The God where you the pray, I'm for heaven. Don't give me this inspiration, mama. The song where I sing, I'm for you. Now to show my appreciation to you. Ubi ya wo ye ye choma, afunga na bere ye funga choma, ambama na bere ye ambama choma, enga na chinum ye ga choma, mama wo ye ye choma, afunga na bere ye funga choma, ambama na bere ye ambama choma, enga na chinum ye ga choma, chinum ye ga choma, chinum ye ga choma, chinum ye ga choma. You gave me life, mama, queen of my life, queen of my life. I will love you for life. I will love you, mama, 'cause you love me so, mama. You gave mama, mama, queen of my life, mama. I will love you for life, oh mama. 'Cause you love me so, oh mama, mama, selelelele, ale 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 mama. Oh, that's so. So, Mother's Day.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fellow Ambazonians. Today is another Friday. You are again at home with the voice of the Ambazonian woman, your favorite program, The Horizon. I am pleased and honored to be here again to greet each and every one of you that had made and is continually making this program a success. Because I know at this time you are hitting the sharing button through YouTube, through Facebook, You are inviting friends, you are letting everyone come in, you are letting everybody know that this is the place to be. Where Mami dey, na for there chop dey. Place where Mami dey, na for there dem dey pay school fees. Place where Mami dey, na im dey wash pikin. Place where Mami dey, na im dey multiply. So we just want to greet everybody who is now watching on home front in Europe, in America, in Asia, in Africa, all the countries that are connected, West and East African coast. I greet my brothers and sisters who send their text messages to appreciate the wonderful program the Horizon is doing. We thank each and every one of you. Just keep watching and getting the awareness, because Ambazonia is your home, Ambazonia is your country, and nobody can take it away from you. Your mamas, your aunties, your sisters, we are just here to share with you again, to rub minds with you, and to let you know that we are staying the course until we get to Boya. We are staying the course until we get to Boya. There is no shaking. There's nobody that can take from us this pride, this privilege, this blessing. No one, they can gather themselves together. They will say something, but it will never stand, because that is not the will of God for the people of Ambazonia. So today we are here again. You see our able mama, Ma Patience, who have been holding tight for the days I was away. Thank God I'm here. God did a marvelous thing. And I thank everyone that shared with me in prayers. And I'm here again today just to continue the work. And we have our able barrister, Barrister Tim, our big brother, our uncle, our daddy, not only in this revolution, not only in our movement, not only here, but even in our individual lives. He is there. The people in prison, they give their feedback. The refugees, they give their feedback. Some IDPs, when they talk to me, they call his name, they say they really appreciate him because he encourages them each time he has the opportunity, or they have the opportunity to talk to him. So he is equally here with loads and loads of the talking points we have today. We have the talking points that we have today. Um, um, well, we've let my patients and barrister greet our audience, and thereafter we are going to introduce what we have on our plates, and just keep sharing and inviting friends. Thank you. My patients, you are welcome. Barrister, you're welcome.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm sure many people already know me, but not on this program, not the Horizon. But I don't look very unfamiliar. I'm
It's
happy to be here, and I always presume that when I'm here, some people will learn something they did not know. We're in a learning curve, and so I'm learning as we progress, and I share the experience that I have so that others might become educated where they were not informed. That's why I'm precisely here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Barrister. It's so pleasing that at the flick of the finger, I hooked you up. It was my 2 a.m. when I had to just hook you, and I know I so appreciate you that you just say, why not? Anything and anytime for our people. Thank you. I am honored to have you here, our able senior barrister, the head of our Judiciary Council in the Federal Republic of Ambazonia. It's an honor to have you in the woman's page. We thank you. My patience, over to you.
Thank you, Ma Rachel, and welcome back to the Horizon. I'm sure you know that you've been missed, and you were able to get barrister. So I just want to seize this opportunity to just greet the people and say a word. Then I'm not going to stay on the show because there's a lot to discuss. I think the barrister and you can cover almost everything that needs to be. We don't have a lot of time, and I think there's a lot to be discussed that will come from the barrister. The only reason that I was here, I didn't know that the barrister was going to be available to the last minute, and since the invitation already went out showing that I'll be present, I just thought I should come and greet the people. So let me just say this one word as a greetings and encouragement, and then I will leave, and then you and the barrister will continue. So just give me a moment to say something. Dear Ambazonians, people on the ground, maybe I will speak this one for Pidgin English. Mommy them, papa them, brothers and sisters, those in the home front, those in ground one, all over the diaspora. I greet you all. I salute you all. These are tough times for us. And this special message I want to send them today and say, as Ma Richard already talk, we stay the course. We stay the course because the truth be on our side. We recall this year has been a very difficult year. We problem don't start at the end of last year and continue to through this year. And the main problem we start by some key characters them we will already know. But I'll just name three of them. Cometa, Abongwa, and Chris Ano. They start this problem, carry on to cause division for we people them, division amongst our people them. And we know say all this will be the work of La République du Cameroon to frustrate this struggle so that may it die quick. They not succeed because when I don't see any success from them on the ground, they never do anything. Instead, they don't reveal to una say they not be good people them. They not really want what is best for Ambazonia. When I don't say since when they take over, nothing good has come about. They don't work with La République to cause the killing of our sons and daughters. And that will not be a good thing. Now, they don't make it possible so that La République don't take 3 of our sons. But that one another setback. Because when I remember, say for 2018, January 2018, where they take the Naira 10, Sisiku and the rest for Nigeria, we will be for the lowest point in our struggle. But out of any problem, bigger things come out to benefit our struggle. So after that time, when they take Sisiku Ayuk, we'll be able to get President Sako. We don't keep us thriving so long, so much so that the international community, they even use the word Ambazonia. They call the word Ambazonia. They retweet about us every day. So our plight being known now all over the place. I want to just make this short comment, say, this one now another setback. Now another setback where it go open windows for us. And I showed the barrister go talk more about it, how we get more opportunities now for make our plight maybe internationally known through the courts. Through the courts. But I want also to talk for the family members, for with 3 patriots and where they indict them. The family members for Comrade Frank, Comrade Claude, and Comrade Langley. I want to say, we Ambazonians, we there for our side, we there for our back, we pray for our every day, especially the wives and the children. Say this one are difficult times, challenging times. But me when I know say, nah, thing where God be already plan them, and there will be bigger solutions where one day when they write them for the history books for Ambazonia, they will realize they want to do what was best for Ambazonia. And I want just say, encourage everybody, because if you believe in the existence of our people, when I know say for October 1st, 1961, we as a people, we don't be stand out as a people. So they want an existential fight. If you be Southern Cameroonian, you be Ambazonian, you go for fight for exist. You go for continue to fight with Jua, Endele, Jua, Foncha, they don't start that fight. We go for continue the fight. So that we continue for live for that land where God we don't give way. No matter the challenges that we will meet on the roadside, because this one are just challenge, but God gets solution for us. We want to get that land back where we be get and where be be the best in West Africa in those days, where we get all the great institutions, all the great, uh, um, roads, hospitals, schools, and all the like. We want to get them back. So if you be a Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia, no fear about the which it don't happen, because we're there for land of truth. The one America, where they will find the truth, and these people that will be vindicated. So I want just stop now, because I just short message I want give, and then I will leave, and your host will continue with our barrister. Say I thank Una plenty, and we pray for the families of all our patrons. Them, thank you so much, Ma Rachel. I will leave now. Thank you so much. You're on mute.
Thank you for your selflessness. I know say they go hit the road now, Ashia. Thank you
No, I'll be off today
for
as a
always.
matter of fact. I'll be off today
Ah,
as a
okay.
matter of fact, but I will leave Una to go ahead. Thank you so much.
Yeah, go do. Yeah, that off. Yeah, off is always to do other things around. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, Mappy. Thank you. Yeah. Um, Let me see. Technical cool, please. Can you like add my phone number on the screen, supposing any incoming calls during the program? Thank you. And thank you again, Barrister, for being here. And I will just really continue to appreciate you for the wonderful visit. This is really an August visit in December. So I would thank you for really stepping in at this last hour. I just thought I was going to surprise Mappy, so and she too is taking it. It's good. Yeah. So on our plate today, as I said, and you can already see on today's spotlight, we have what we call While the Silence. We also have is the Ambazonian movement on sale. By whom? Those are just short cliche that I just did not want to dip into it, because I know somebody like the barrister and my patients that was supposed to be there were going to understand. Because if you are in our movement, the Amazonian quest for complete restoration, when you see some highlighted words, something will suddenly and immediately just click to you. This is what they should be referring to. And even if you are asleep, they wake you up from any sleep, you will be able to say one or two things. This is what we mean by the silence. And we want to know and hear from which perspective and how the barrister perceived this silence that was highlighted in the message, the talking points that were communicated today. And we also talk of the lies of deception. Somebody will say, how can you say lies and deception? But if you look at it, it is a packful something. I just coined it to say the lies of deception are when you use lies and you try to tell it in such a way that it should be made a truth. But at the end of the day, you end up deceiving yourself and deceiving others. You deceive yourself. I take it again, you are deceiving yourself. But in the nutshell, the people you think you are deceiving already know the truth. And your lies and deception lands you into a hot frying pot. So that is what we have on this. We have on the message today, the lies of deception and how they can affect you. That is that master planner. And that is just the lies of deception and the way of our struggle, of our movement in the days since 1961, the lies that have paraded themselves through every major aspect. How have these lies and deception affected the lives of even those who are saying it in front of whatever they were trying to sell that has failed them, and that is failing them up till today. And we equally have the Ambazonian need to know what Ambazonians need to know about arrest, because my phone is half full. Because marriage, is it true? Is it true that this one happened? So many things, but thank God our able barrister is the barrister, is a guru in law, and in America practicing and all those things. He has it in his hands. That's why we title it that the arrest, courts of law, laws, their countries, and um, there are different where law is practiced. When they talk of arrest, how can you differentiate it from another country that you are so familiar with it? And when you talk of court of law, how can you even differentiate it with another country that you are so familiar with their system? As my patient said, some people are so hysterical thinking it is the one that they already know, forgetting that there are differences. And this is the reason why Ambazonia is staying the course, so that we will be able to have that system that our barrister is going to unveil it to us bit by bit, so that we get what we are talking about. Barrister, I will just greet you again and welcome you to say, how do you break this silence? What is this silence? And if people are attending a meeting, a conference, what is the expectation?
Thank you. I will address all those things, but I want to take from what we know so that people can understand exactly where we're coming from.
Yes.
The hottest topic of the news to all Ambazonians today is the charge hanging over the heads of some Ambazonians.
Yeah.
The imprisonment, detention, or whatever, which is ongoing. That's what most people want to know why. How? I will take from there. From there, you understand what might be behind it. So, woke up 2 days ago to hear about this indictment. It's good for us to understand that an indictment is different from an arrest. An indictment is procuring a charge against you before the court. In the US system, an indictment before a federal court starts with the grand jury. What is a grand jury? The prosecutor, the investigator, whoever they call themselves. When they suspect that you have done something wrong, they gather the evidence. They don't tell you. They gather whatever evidence they have. Convene what they call a grand jury is always a secret thing. And go to the grand jury and say, look, we have found that A, B, C did this, did this. We have evidence to think that they should answer in court. This is the charge. Then the grand jury would endorse that charge. It is called an indictment. When they endorse that charge, which is called an indictment, it is called sealed. It is private. It is not known. That's why they call it a sealed indictment. And then when the judge of the grand jury signs up to it, you are muted. You are muted. I'm not getting you. You are muted. You are still muted.
No, barrister, I wasn't referring to you. I was just communicating something at the back.
Okay. So when they
Yeah.
take this indictment signed by the grand jury, it is sealed. When they bring it to you, it is unsealed. It is open. Then when they say it is now unsealed, they bring it to you to say you have a case to answer before the court. On that indictment, they take you from your home or wherever they find you straight to the court to answer those charges against you. In our own case, in this instant case that we have, our three brothers were indicted by the grand jury. Then they went to look for them. When they got them, they unsealed the indictment. This is why we are taking you to court. And that's the process where we are now. That has prompted many other things that we are going to try, attempt to respond to during this discussion. That indictment has prompted first reaction from Mr. Chris Anu, who alleges also that he too was uh, searched, though not indicted. Will address that. It has also brought in something which Chris Anu and some other people say let us go and demonstrate. Let us go and demonstrate against this. We'll also address that. But let us go back to the indictment. We've asked ourselves whether all these things are just happening per chance. Now, we might find the hand of La République inside it, but it's a hidden hand. To successfully do it, they needed people from within the house. And so they must find an agent among ourselves who will help them. Paragraph 1 of the indictment describes the three people, all American citizens. They say they're all American citizens. They are not American residents, but they are American citizens. As American citizens, they benefit from the full protection of the American law. And so, before an American court, they have the full protection of the American law. In fact, every court to which you go, there's presumption of innocence. They must be proven guilty of what they are alleged to have done. That said, yes, we're not just concerned with these three people. No, there's a reason why we must be concerned with them. And that reason is found nowhere else than if you look at the indictment, it is a 10-page indictment. You go to paragraph 6 of the indictment. It is what concerns all Ambazonians to take up arms and fight against this indictment. Why? Because paragraph 6 describes what functions each of them played in this process. If you let me read, it says, Fred Cheney acted as the county chair of Ngokutunja. Lamni acted as the chairman of the Ngokutunja Security Council. And Chi acted as the treasurer of Ngokutunja County. Since 2019, when we set up these structures of LGA by LGA, we set up the structures of counties to elect their officials. Not everybody in the county, be it Ngokutunja, be it Mezam, be it Meme, not everybody assumes the function of chairman. Not everybody assumes the function of treasurer or spokesperson. There are people who are highly elected, highly respected within that community. And so if they target these officials in Ngokutunja, they could have targeted the same people in Meme, in Fako, in Dian, wherever. So they are not targeted as individuals. They are targeted for the functions they played. That's paragraph 6 of the indictment. And it goes around to say what they did. That is bringing them to court. For example, they gave reports of their activities as chair, as executive of the county, to the executive, to the General Assembly. They say, okay, you people contributed so much money. This is how we spent it. They were just accountable. They updated them on what they were doing. But curious enough, to the best of my knowledge, in Ngokutunja County, like many other counties, executives, they are all located in the United States. The United States government has not ruled that any of those things is illegal. So what happened? We will hear people say, oh, a lot of people have done this, he has done that. Yes, it's possible they did it, but they could not do it without finding somebody in Ngokutunja, for example, who will take out this report and hand it to the FBI. They needed agents within the house Were these
Um,
agents available? Sure. Why were they available? The history of what happened, Asian I just said. Maybe as a result of this infighting, as a result of this attempt to kill A or B or C, they thought that one of the best ways to do it would be to turn against their own brothers and sisters, report them to the FBI so that they could be silenced. But the enemy needed to find one of them through to implement their own policies. So on the face of the indictment, it is American, it is these three people, but go behind the screen, you find that it is a whole revolution which is being indicted because every single ambassador who is interested in this struggle has he belongs to a county. He or she belongs to a county somewhere. At least what 13 counties. All counties are constituted. Maybe all LGAs are not, but all counties are constituted.
yeah.
So he or she belongs to somewhere. And when they assault one of the counties, they are assaulting all the counties. That is the connection. That is what all of us are bound to understand. I've explained how they did it. They got a grand jury indictment. That's a charge. It's not an arrest. It's not like when they want to take you to prison, then they're going to find out what to charge you now. The grand jury signs up to a charge. Charge one, uh, count one. Like they have here two, three, four. There are four counts that concern all of them. Four counts. Three concern all of them. Two concern the other two. But they were all in the same indictment. And so there should be no mistake to say that this thing is an insider job. For example, in one of the places, they allege that uh, the people extorted money from Cardinal Tumi. In one of the places, they claim that they kidnapped Mr. Binglo, the founder of SOC. Does that send you a warning sign? Yes. Who in the American FBI knows who is called Cardinal Tumi? Who is
No.
even dead? Who in the American system knows a certain Binglo, founder of SOC? I don't know him. I don't come from SOC. I don't even know that guy. Or so somebody from SOC or from that area. I remember that God Kutinje is neighbors to SOC. Or somebody from there.
Yeah.
That detail. Oh, they kidnapped my senior brother. The phone. Oh, they kidnapped my senior uncle, the cardinal. So these are allegations that I point to who are those behind this thing. So we have to understand that a charge is not a conviction. Whoever is alleging all those things, the FBI agent will only come and say the evidence they gather. If you allege something, you have to come to court and prove it. You have to come to court and prove that A orchestrated the arrest of founder of SOC, B extorted money from him. This is the receipt, things like that.
Okay.
Again, if all these things were wrong by Cameroon law, Cameroon, to the best of my knowledge, has not prosecuted anybody in Cameroon for all these acts. They have not. Why? Presumption they are legal. Are they legal? Yes. Why are they legal? They are legal because what Atangaji boys doing the same thing. Atangaji boys are government agents. They cannot indict me for doing the same thing. Cho Ayaba, who is the agent of the government, is doing to Regina Mundi. The Cameroon government cannot instruct the American government to enforce Cameroon law in the United States. They cannot do that. And so these are all pointers for us to know. Then this has provoked, I said, this has provoked other reactions. Strangely very coincidental. The first is what we heard Christian say. Oh, they also arrested me. They also came to my house, invaded my house. They took this, they took that. Is that possible? Maybe. But is the story credible? No. Why is it not possible? And why is it not credible? In the United system, in the United States legal system, we have the Fourth Amendment, which covers all American residents. Whoever lives in the United States is covered by that amendment. That is the amendment, the Fourth Amendment talks about unnecessary search and seizures. No American resident shall subject himself to unnecessary search and seizures. And because of that, for your house to be searched and something seized from you, you need the man coming to your house or the person coming to your house to do that exercise must present you a search and seizure warrant signed by a judge. It does not just say no, seized and seizure. No, it states exactly what things they are searching for in your house. They cannot come with that one and say, get to your house and then go to your bedroom and say, oh, we found some bed sheets. No, we found a condom. He must be he must be bisexual. They cannot do that. You must state exactly what they are searching for in your house. That way they can spend hours there looking exactly for the items listed there.
Thank
And
you,
if they find
Barrister.
them, whatever thing they find there, before they take it away, you have to sign what they took from your
Thank
house.
you.
They sign it, you sign it, they give you a copy. Did this happen with Christian?
Barrister, let me
Go on.
just come in there. Yes, Ambazonian people them, man tell una this thing for pidgin. Because this thing where barrister dey talk so abeg, make una open una ear, then una ear fine, una even share this link so that me plenty people that even can hear the thing. I know say we go do real broadcasting for this very show, for this very program, because now the topic that way the hot now way everybody now dey talk say hey, interim government the own don finish oh. Even La Republique, some of their paper they even add and say even President Sarkozy sef today where they don arrest them all, and then they dey give una fake news. That one go come on under the lies of deception. But the one just talk am for here say make we hear wetin barrister dey talk fine. Arrest no be that one wey they go send two sangalong dem make they can arrest you, begin waka kick you the jump, then for thing wey you no even know, they just carry you go where warrant no go even dey, nothing no even dey. Na why we will title and say arrest, but now barrister dey talk am for law term say no be any arrest, na indictment. When na court the first give some charges, the first give some complaint, some summon, man talk am for our pidgin, wey some person go don go summon you, talk say this person don do this, don do this. Na court go look am, go send people dem with that summon, make dem come for your house, come bring you. Dem no go jam you, put you for prison anyhow, but dem go look am, they call you say come, na so they don talk about you, wait you get to talk about this thing. Na for here our common law dey play the role. You innocent you. Na the person wey bring you as barrister dey talk go come prove say all the thing dem wey e dey talk, wey don talk so about you, na so you dey, na e work. So me some man no pikin waka lie the former say e too dey inside the thing, e no dey there. Yes, so American law no be that place in law, no be 237 in law. So no be all that their mago wey dem dey go catch people, put them for prison. As barrister talk say dem no dey even you no fit transfer 237 law for America, e no work. So the thing wey dem dey think e no go fit even happen for our people, abeg. The package for today plenty. Make una call we plenty, make we can hear this thing. I don already share am for plenty people. Abeg, make una can hear, because tomorrow make some man no go talk say hey, all dem don already interim government don die, or the one wey dey say they wan go demonstrate, barrister go talk am all for here. Me, I no too get plenty things for talk today, but when barrister go talk, I go try for translate am for country talk, so that make all man get am at the same time. Thank you, barrister. So
So thank you for explaining that to them. Again, when they come to your house, generally an FBI, what they call field officers, that's what we used to call in the British, they plain clothes policemen. They are plain clothes. They don't carry arms.
mhm,
They don't come to your house. They identify themselves. An FBI agent. I want this information. I want this information. You give them what you can. If it's such that you don't want to give, you don't give. They don't force you to talk. You don't carry arms to come and do that. He may carry his concealed weapon for his own personal defense. If it goes beyond that point to what Mr. Anu says, that a dozen people came to his house, or 2 dozen, whatever number he wants it to be correct, it is not easy to deploy 2 dozen FBI field agents in the field, but they can be deployed. If they have to be deployed, they follow a certain procedure. They don't come to you as private people. They come with their vehicles flashing up there, and they come in big numbers. They're armed because there's some potential danger. That's why they're sending more than one of them.
mhm.
They come with their vehicles flashing there, if not planes flying over the air, because you are seen as a terrible day. Your house is a dangerous point. It's a crime scene. So when they come under the second, it's no longer a private thing. It's public. The whole community will see it. What we've seen here, when you drive a car on the road and the police want to stop you, they flash your car. Even if you're
Yeah,
just passing a traffic light, they flash to show there's something wrong with this car. So no other driver will see them with the car flashing there. They will know there's something wrong with that car behind there.
yeah,
So they don't come to you privately, sir. And so I don't know whether all these conditions were met for the alleged arrest of Mr. Search of Mr. But he was not even arrested. He said he was simply searched. I don't know whether all these conditions were met for the alleged deployment of 12 FBI agents or 24. That's 2 dozen.
mhm,
If they were met, it will save us because whatever is the case, I know it's an Ambazonia. Let him put all this evidence out there. We'll fight for him because they're not supposed to violate his own rights.
mhm.
Let him put it out, not just making social media. Let him put it out. This is the warrant they brought to my house. These are the pictures I took, flashing at my door. This is what they seized from my house. This is the list because they must give you a list of what they are taking from your house. If he has all these things, let him put it out there. I would personally defend him. But without that, it poses a difficult thing to convince any man with an idea of American law to even believe that of charade. So that is the issue with so-called Mr. Anu's search and seizure. They didn't search his
Yeah,
house. At least to the best of my knowledge, they didn't seize anything from him. If they search his house, he must have a warrant. If they seize anything, there must be that evidence that this is what we're taking away from your house. Because there's a reason why they do that. Otherwise, it is just take your hand and take your computer away. What if they go there and produce a different computer and say it is yours? They
hmm,
must take the computer, give the number, you sign. And so, if he has all this evidence, let him put it out there to convince us. Once it
hmm.
comes out there, I will no longer make this tough case. Point three,
Yes.
what do we do when a thing like that happens? When Lamni and the rest are arrested, when they are indicted? I've heard two audios, one from Mr. Anu and one from John Ba Akuro. They are similar but not the same. Mr. Anu is calling for a demonstration to support our people for being arrested before the White House. Is that necessary? Absolutely not necessary. Why? We are familiar with demonstrations at the White House, even when people are arrested. There's a distinction. There's an administrative detention and a legal detention. We all know administrative detention in this country. For example, when they deal with immigration, they say, oh, this was illegal here. The cashew, the immigration agent's cashew, I'm going to lock it off. That is administrative. The president, with the head of the administration, can order you to be released. They can arrest you and take you to anywhere, but they can never send you back to your country under that condition. Because for them to send you back, in other words, for them to deport you, they need a deportation order from the court. Only the court can order your deportation order, not the immigration agents. No, it doesn't happen like that. And so this case, not being the Lamy and the two others, they were not under administrative detention. So going to demonstrate there that they have kept your people here and there in prison is totally useless. They are Americans. Once their warrant and detention has been signed off by the court, if you go and demonstrate, somebody takes notice of another president, including Biden, people are demonstrating there, he will turn around and ask, what is the problem? And then his advisor will say, well, they are saying that the people are in prison, they have been refused bail. The shortest answer he will tell you is that, well, let justice take its course. Because even the administrative detention of immigration cases here, why are they demonstrating and saying? They are not just saying that they should release their people. They are demonstrating, let us have our day in court. Let us go to court and explain why you don't need to catch us. So the president will not listen to that nonsense because it is a court order. He will simply say, let justice take its course. That's as simple as that. So to go and demonstrate on that is absolutely necessary. Could it be done? Is it important? No, again, because this is the United States. Maybe we don't know it. Federal judges are appointed for life. Once you become a federal judge, the president cannot fire you. He cannot give you instructions. So if you have been arrested under a court order, the president has no powers to order that court to release you. Even if your imprisonment or your lockup was legally wrong, the president cannot do that. Or another court can do it. So it is irrelevant. It is not necessary. Let us have that in our minds. But a demonstration can have so many different forms. In an instant case, in the case of Lamni and two others, can we do something in the positive, in the form of demonstration? Yes. And let us get this clear. Let people who are following us listen to this. The only way you can use that force to influence the justice is there are three of them. They appear in different towns. If you are in Kansas or somewhere where they are coming to court, a court is an open place. They will tell you that we tried in room 9, in room 10 of this federal courthouse. Go fill that courthouse on the day of their hearing. What is the purpose of that? If you go there, the federal courthouse are not very large rooms. They probably will not even contain up to 100 people. They call courtroom. They are not a football field. So if you go into that courtroom, so many of you are indicating to the judge that this man before you has a community behind him. He has a community support. The judge knows that. Other than just sitting there, you can sit there and say nothing. But you could do a sign for the judge to know that, look, you are supporting this guy who is being brought before you, judge. What can you do, for example? If they call that guy's case and they're bringing him home, oh, you clap, back. The police there will say, hey, stop now, but the judge has taken note of that. They are not going to arrest you. They will simply say, stop. And if you continue, they will send you out of the court. But the judge has taken note of that the community is behind this man. The judge hearing that matter, he will say, I cannot send this man to jail with this type of community support behind him. So that is the best way to go about it. Not to fly from Japan, from Canada, from wherever and say, I want to go and demonstrate in Washington, D.C. It's not going to help you. It's not going to help. And so that is that. Then the second point is, this is what Mr. Mbakoro was saying in his own audio. You want to go and demonstrate. There must be a purpose for a demonstration. We don't just demonstrate. If Macron is coming to the United States, I want to go and demonstrate. So far, so good. But you must know why he's coming to the United States. You must know why Biden wants to receive him. To the best of my knowledge, the visit of Macron to the United States now is connected to NATO and the war in Russia, Ukraine. So what are you coming to say? Has NATO done anything that you want the NATO alliance under Paul Biya, under Biden and Macron to take note of? No. We are not members of NATO. Cameroon is not a member of NATO. And so we cannot go and demonstrate just because we want to demonstrate. And again, we missed so many points. If we want to demonstrate against France, which is all legitimate, we don't need to wait for Macron or the president of France to come to Africa or to go to anywhere for you to demonstrate. The symbols of France, the symbols of the United States, like any other country, are found all over the world. Storm the French embassy in Ghana, in Nigeria, in Japan, wherever it is. The message will go back to to Paris. I'm sure we are familiar with this. We know how the relationship between Iran and America has been all this time. The Iranians, the North Koreans, they demonstrate against America. They never come here. They stay there. They burn American flags. The Americans know that. You don't need to come to Washington, D.C. to demonstrate. So we can take these actions wherever we find ourselves. The French embassy is in Yaoundé. If you can organize a demonstration, they will still get to Yaoundé, get to Paris the next day or the next few hours. I don't know how many of us watched the 40th anniversary or whatever thing, 4BR. In France, it was celebrating a CPDM. What happened? Sardina
Yeah,
came and kicked nonsense. Beat up that woman who was crying, oh, I bought this uniform with my own money. Have you heard that they were charging anything? No? Did
thank
that
you.
message get back to
Thank,
Yaoundé? It got up to Yaoundé. Then
thank
they
you,
kicked us.
Barrister. Let me let me tell the story before we continue.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, you are watching The Horizon, the voice of the Ambazonian woman on ABC TV. This is our daddy, packed full, loaded with information. From the beginning of this show, I just pleaded that please call somebody, let somebody join you at your home, so you come and listen to the facts before they turn it to you into turning cocoa. Before they can take and turn and begin tell you things where you no know abeg. Can hear use yourself for a legal mind for our daddy when a lawyer when na himself dey bring out this thing quote and unquote the way e dey we experience back home e current experience for place wey e dey because make e no be say na some person go kind dey tell you wey you go say oh I confuse so I no know how I confuse for that make you no get to confuse because when you get your information for the right source you no even get to confuse. Una remember in those days someone dem na some new generation dem now that time when they say dem dey read GCE any man dey run go sit down for side wey radio dey dem no be the main mistake as dem call your name you go know say the whole nation know say you don pass. Na the system dis way we dey do am for our ABC TV. The information wey we dey give you for ABC TV na information wey if you hold on to Nobody go fit derail you from this struggle. For the example where our daddy Barrister Mbesa talk am for here, he say this our brother wey dey run him mouth, basket mouth wey lie, say they arrest it too or they can't search your house. You know, we dey for social media time. Show your pictures, show your video for show say they can't search you. Because when people don't plan coup d'etat, then they go wan show say dem too they be being a victim. And wetin dat one dey try for explain am for here say make no man no buy dat one lie, dat lie wey dat deceptive lie wey e take am put am for outside the way some man go say well na some good man, dat mean say dem no catch e but dem catch the other people, dat mean say e be the innocent person. All dat one dem na deceptive lies. E dey fake all those things so that make some person dem begin dey sympathize with it say hey dis man na good man for America. 24 soldier, ma put am so, 24 uniform people, 24 police, the FBI special force dey come for your house. Even na the highest drug baron wey na you dey transact weapon, all those things. 24 people dem for come for your door, dat mean say helicopter must dey for up do 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 do. I hope so. Now the two one I used to see am for movie na so e dey dey for when they go pluck big baron. But the picture wey the thief man wan continue for lie una na for say 24 people dey come for e, dey search it, dem no see nothing, then dey leave it. Then see that other one, then na dem be the criminals. Na lie e dey lie una. And then the second one wey our able barrister talk am na say they say make dem go demonstrate. You need just go stand for administrative office say you the one go the march say they don take people dem go court. Na a two different arm of government, judiciary and administrative and executive. And as our barrister talk, for country of rule of law and good governance, president no even get right for to say move that person for prison because na court get to judge it to the end. Na wetin that way barrister dey try for talk for you. So you wey you dey carry your two food and kobo food and say you wan go say you wan go stand for in front White House, they go look una say una no even know wetin wey una dey do. Abeg make no man no go there go mumu himself, because if you dey go there you dey go mumu na yourself. Because they go say your long years for America, you never know say na two different offices than that. Na court the settle matter to the end. As barrister talk say judge, high court judge, when they wan put judge na for life. No person go can tell you. They must finish case as they start am, following the rule of law. Not be that one, that system where 237 system where they'll even put some people there for military court when not be military case. Carry someone then lock them without trial. Now that kind of picture where they want mail na say, but it's not the case. Yes. So the audio where our barrister say John Akuru to make am the try for talk say you don't give una the reason why they get to go the demonstrate. Barrister don't allude. He used Macron. He coming to America. He used NATO. He used all those things. Except you are a member of something before you go the demonstrate. The Ambazonians them, what to be a concern. These our brothers them, na Americans, na American law go handle their matter. Not be that dirty way be happen for Naira 10. So I go leave am for our barrister. He go continue the educate. We abeg una call other people there. And my brothers and sisters wey they welcome me for coming back after the break. I thank una. I dey see una comments and we are together and we are pushing it. We are still going, leading to Boya. Let nobody take you to your own day. Barrister, thank you. Over to you.
Okay, again, I'm quoting from what Mr. Andrews said himself. I'm building from what he said. According to him, they probably came to Seychelles because he went somewhere. He went abroad, and they suspected that he brought in some arms. That rings from ignorance to real stupidity. He doesn't even know how the FBI works. He doesn't know, or does not appear to know, that the FBI is abroad. They have FBI agents in Yaoundé. In all the embassies, they are there.
No,
And so, if you went out of this country to visit somewhere else. Let me just take our own case. You live here and you fly to Nigeria. They are following your activities if you are a suspect. If you go to
Mm-hmm.
Nigeria and went to Calabar and cross the Cameroon, they will know it. They are
Right.
following you. They know it. When you come back at the airport, they have all this equipment. You will not just enter. They'll say, hey, this is a suspect. He went and bought gunpowder in Manfe. They will question you right at the airport. They will not let you go to your house with your box. Then they can say, oh, let us go and take out what is in this box. It doesn't happen like that. You'll be interviewed at the airport. On your return, where did you go to? You say, well, I went to Nigeria. Then they will say, well, you went to Nigeria, yes, but we saw your traces in Calabar. We saw your
Mm-hmm.
traces in Manfe. They will question you right there.
Yeah.
So unless he doesn't understand how the FBI works, that cannot be a possibility. Again, let me illustrate again. Because we Africans, we like to believe, in particular Cameroonians, we like to believe in witchcraft. There's a law in this country that you don't enter without a visa. But suppose one of us found himself in the streets of Washington, D.C., California, wherever, without a visa, and they call you and say, well, how did you get here? You can even say, well, I transformed into an owl and landed somewhere in the United States. Birds don't need visas to come here. They are not going to catch you and send you away. Because you came with your bird, and you didn't need a visa. No one will send you away. For them to send you away, they will take you to court to prove that you got here illegally. And you wait for you to say, well, I had my eye, we believe in witchcraft, I flew. Is there any law in America that they should have visas for birds? And then that will end the matter. So they should not be to tell impossible stories. And so that is what he says. Again, to Mr. John Ba Akuro,
Akuru.
he said, we must agree that in this struggle, everybody has a role to play. But don't assume those that cannot play. Play your own role where you are best fitted for doing it.
Yeah.
Don't assume everything that you cannot do it. So Mr. Amba Akuro is good at communication. Communicate there and leave things there. Don't call on demonstrations yourself when you say you're not coming there. Macro says in his, oh, I'm not coming there. I didn't call it, but everybody should fly and go there. It is so good. Why is he not coming?
Mm-hmm.
Get people to fly from Canada everywhere and go there, but he's not coming himself. That's Mr. Mbakura had the opportunity to say this. He believes very much in home front command. If it was so good, why did he run away? Let him go back home, lead that home command army, and stand in the street and say, this is me, the commander of the Ambazonia home front. And if nobody respects him, I will respect him. I will call him general. I will call him my president. If you could run away in 2018, before the war even started, why was he running away? Because just talking about the struggle was a danger to him. And I don't doubt that. He fled, which was legitimate. Then how does he expect a little boy hiding in the bushes in Gokutunja or Banso or somewhere in Dian? They can't say, well, I'm the commander of the Ground Zero forces. And go and talk to people in Yaoundé. And again, the faith tell you, even the people who came to Canada to represent the Ground Zero thing, if it was that easy, why do you not go and bought the plane from Douala? They trekked through some footpaths to Nigeria and then went and bought the planes to go there and claim the Ground Zero. No. Practice what you teach. Teach what you can practice. So we should not begin to deceive ourselves. Again, you said something which I want to end with it. Cameroon media, among other things, said that they arrested Sako. That's not even important to me. The most important thing to me was who said this? Who said this? The media, who said this? It was CRTV. That was the first time CRTV ever mentioned the name Sako. They know that he's there. He has never mentioned his name anywhere in their program. They can call anybody, can call Akanga, they can call whoever, they will not mention Sako. So when they come to settle on the fact where they have caught Sako and killed him, they have locked him up. They are now acknowledging that there's somebody called Sako who is a thorn in their flesh.
Only when he's locked.
And so he said, you read these signs and see where they're heading to. They are beginning to come to reality that the struggle is not the Baakoros, it's not the Choayabas. There's some people behind it that you cannot escape from them anymore. So that's where I was. I don't know whether you have other questions. If they are, I will answer.
Yes, barrister, you let me just round up. Let me just take this one also, then I come to any other question. Ambazonian people then. Huh. We get some talk where we used to talk and say, now where are they alive? If you get flower, can't give me that flower now. If you get money for build house, can't build me that house now. So that man she don't inside the house where they alive. Now wait time where I don't die, you take 200,000 or how much, you buy baby reef, you come put am for the person in grave side. Or when you don't die, na that time where they go bring the highest canopy them, make they can put am for a funeral ceremony or whatsoever. Or even when the person is sick, they say make we bring money, we contribute say this person is sick, make we take you go hospital. All man dey talk say no get money. But once they hear say the person don die, you see people dey go dey pay transport for all small small corner dem. Dey start begin dey calm say dey wan go this don die, this person don die, we dey go die. Dey go start sleep for day 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. When person dey sick, you no go calm leave your work for go even salute the person. But when we hear say the person don die, na that time wey dey run for say I dey take 3 days permission for work for go for die. Na the thing this way dey for here o. Barrister Bessa just talk am now. CRTV never ever call President Sako im name, but the day wey dey hear say dey don indict people for America, CRTV now decide now for call President Sako im name. Make una sef una think am for una head. All this time wey we don dey tell this our CRTV, this CRTV country, this 237 say even the Swiss talk wey be dey go on, make una come for dem, make we talk in peace, wey we still dey alive, make we talk am, settle am for there, make any man take im own go, make we be good neighbors. Dey say dem no wan see President Sako. Dey still go dey form all dis their Coopers group, dem try every mago for break our IG wey dem know say na President Sako be the head. Now wey e dey alive, dey try for break, for destroy it, dey form all kind lie, set people dem up, dey make all kind conspiracy for just discredit the man. E no still work. Then na now wey dey arrest you, dey go call im name. Make una sef check am. Because if this ABC TV dey talk it thing, then some people go say, oh, una just lie for talk. Only one example, so make una check am una sef. They don shit don dey hear say they arrest people for America. They no even do their research, or they indict people for. They no even do their research. They just go for, oh God, this God is great, because he talk say when the time when person is destruction don reach, that person go only dey commit na mistakes and error dem for a life. So any man, mami, papa, pikin, ARS fighters, even the fighters dem wey dem don deceive them, check this thing for your mind, you sef. The first time wey they call this man im name, na because they wan celebrate, say yes, they don catch that their main enemy. Then una ask una sef say, if na you wey you be papa for your house, na you dey take care of your family, some person glad say they don catch you, what you go think about that person? So make una pikin dey know any man wey dem don fully any man wey dem don use it fully for this our movement wey you don blindly cross carpet because dem be tell you one mago congo side lie dem wey cause you for be for side wey you dey wey you be genuinely start this movement, this our restoration quest for say you dey go una boya, but along the line some person dey go cook up story. I no fit blame una because e be difficult for say after staying with somebody for 2 years 3 years, if the person comot go dey talk thing dem concerning you, e go difficult make some person no believe because they go talk say dem be don be for long time, e surely know the secret na why that way e dey talk. But then if you know how the devil dey work, na the same way wey these people dey systematically dey destroy na themselves, dey expose na themselves. Because how person go do talk say una comot for Canada, comot for America, go for demonstration for America, but e sef dey that America, e say e no go go. Una think am una sef because if na wey dey talk am for here, they go say una don start. But e go find say make everybody think am. Joe Akuru say make una comot all side and go, but e no go go because e know say the thing wey dey under na fake, na lie, and e no go bring anything. So e no wan go put e face for big foolish people. So make normal no go there for go foolish himself. So Ambazonia people dem, the horizon, the voice of the Ambazonia woman we dey try, we dey just, we dey here na just for say make we bring the minds dem, the experts dem wey dey go really explain some of these things wey una as barrister dey do am so for here. Well, I hope say as wey we dey talk so you go sit down, you go relax, you go know say dem be don fool me, but I'm going back home. I dey go back for go fix the thing. I dey go for my LGA. I dey call my chairman, I dey talk say una leave, I no be know dey fool me. Nobody no dey wey dem no fit fool you. Na only Jesus wey devil no be fully because he be get all the answers. Nobody is blaming anybody. Nobody is righteous. That is why the door is always open for everybody to come back. You know, I hear some sister dey talk say all this frame up, maybe Comrade Langmi no be for be part of these things, but na because say dem no fit kill Langmi, they decide for join Langmi set her up. But then we no go overtalk. Truth go dey unfold itself small small. Small small, see dey unfold itself, we go dey bring am to una, una go kind know. We go bring am for una step by step. Yes, barrister, thank you very much. There is something that I also wanted us to talk because so many people are still just very worried or they are disturbed or concerned with the fact that why would some people, I still go back to this silent issue. Some people say silent is golden, but when it becomes highness, um, great minds like you should unfold some of the things that are behind. Oh, some home front incoming call. Let me just get it, sir. Maybe they have a question. Hello.
Hello, is Amber ABC Amber TV?
Yes, please. It's ABC Amber TV and precisely the horizon, the voice of the Ambazonian woman on ABC TV. How can we help
Yes.
you? Yes, please.
Yes. The horizon, yes, the horizon. Madam, I'm calling from ground zero. I wish you people and Barrister Mbesa, everybody, you should understand the suffering that people are going on. Chris Ano only asks for unity. I don't like you in the interim government of Sako talking too much about Chris Ano. Look away for a unity for all of us English people to come back together and fight this thing and get done with it.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. We have heard you,
Don't
and and we are going to, yeah. Yes, barrister, I was about to talk about the silence, and coincidentally, she now came in with unity, and I believe you will have something to address all that together. Thank you. Yes, ma. Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, please. You are on the horizon.
It's not my interest.
Oh, okay. Yes, barrister, over to you.
Well, let me respond to her first. You see, if I waste my time here talking about Cristiano, it's not because I care much about what he says. But if you don't challenge some of the things that he says, some people will believe him. Answer that call. Maybe that man wants to ask a question.
Hello, sir. Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes. Good evening. I can hear you.
Barrister?
Yes.
Yes? I get you.
Yes. You called. You are on the horizon live.
So, uh,
Do you have any
good.
concern or they're not serious? Okay, sir. You go ahead.
I was saying that, you see, when we respond to those things, it is because we don't want the falsehood to spread. Otherwise,
They are
if you
disturbing.
no, answer them.
Go ahead, barrister. We
It
don't
is not
have that
because
much time.
uh, it is because you don't want this falsehood to spread. You see, if they said they arrested three Ambazonians, we are dealing with that. If Mr.
Let
Christian
me
who
just
comes out to
come.
say that he too was arrested,
Yes, sir, let's deal with this. Hello, please. Hello.
Evening.
Good evening.
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you.
Can you get me?
Yes, 5 on 5. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm from. I have to give a special thanks to that.
Please, can you just
I have to give special thanks to
go away from your television because we are getting your echo.
Somebody seems to be talking.
Yeah, lower the volume of your TV, please.
Okay. Okay, can you get me now?
Yes, much better.
Yes, I want to give special thanks to Barrister Bessie because he's displaying a nice maturity in the way he answers questions. And he's very diplomatic. And one of the things I have to advise here is that you, the presenters, are much more of the problem. You see, we don't need to be over talking about individuals. We should focus. He gives reasons why certain things have to be like this or like that. That's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But you spend time on propaganda. We don't need that now. This is a very, very crucial time in this game.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your concern. Noted. Thank you. You're welcome. Barrister?
yes, I was saying that if we respond to these things, it is to debunk some lies that are being brought in over very important issues. When we started, I tried to show the importance of these three people who are indicted. They were officials of the Ngokutunjia County. They could be officials of any other county. They were just doing the job that someone is doing in Meme, someone is doing in Mezam, someone is doing in Bui as a county. And so if they were indicted for that type of thing, we have to stand up to it. We don't want to have any distraction attached to it. I overheard someone say about Lamni Nestor. Yes, he probably has defected, but what he's being charged for is what he did as a spokesman of the National Security Council. That was his job description. It is based on that he is being charged. So we are going to defend him like we would have defended any other person in that position in any county who came under the influence of the law. We are very, very objective. So we're not going to be so angry. If at the end of the day he gets free and decides to walk away, so be it. But he's entitled to our defense as long as what they are complaining about him is what he did in his office. And then you talk about silence. There are two types of silence, if not three. There's silence because people don't even know what to say, so they don't want to say something that is not good. There's silence because people want just to keep quiet. They know the right thing, but they don't want to say it because they don't think that someone will blame them left or right. And so not everybody in this struggle wants to come and sit on TV and say like you and me are saying. And everybody wants to do that for different reasons. Because you can't go back home if you are saying this. There's a fact that sometimes we ignore. Yes, we want Ambazonia. Ambazonia is coming full-fledged. But as of now, we still carry Cameroon passports. And so there are things we can do even with that passport to show their illegalities. And so that is the reason for some of the silence. Some people are just absent because they don't know what to do. I know people who, for example, in Libya are just absent because they don't know what to do. They know the right thing, but they are not bold enough. They cannot tell Chris, this is wrong. Not only in Libya, let me give this example again. We have these people who call themselves credible Restoration Council members. Credible? Yes, maybe they are. But what does the evidence show? They are the least credible people you can find in the world. And let me give this example. And you can come out to challenge me on this. When this crisis started a year ago, Chrisanu brought a case before them, which you said they were not competent to hear the case. They said, no, we'll hear the case. Where is that case today? Where is the judgment of the so-called Restoration Council? He assumed a case. You never heard the matter. We don't know what your judgment was. Is the case still pending? What kind of credibility is that institution? When you go to court, you expect to get a judgment for or against you. So there are people who are not credible. They don't know what to say. And I'm sorry to say this about these people in that Restoration Council. Some of them are elders. They don't even have the mind to say, well, we cannot do this thing because it's not within our competence. Because somebody will shout at them. They're just over physical age. They don't have the intelligence to stand those things. And so that is a bare fact. So they prefer to keep quiet. And so on and so forth. So there are reasons why people keep quiet. Some out of cowardice, some out of stupidity, some out of nonchalance. But whatever is the case, the truth shall remain the truth. That's about it. Like I said, they don't need to like me, but let them prove to me that they have entered a judgment in the case Christian brought to them a year ago. Let them publish the judgment. How it was said. So if they have not done this, and I say they are not credible, and they want to challenge me, let them publish the judgment and when it was arrived at.
Mm-hmm.
That is first evidence of not being credible. That is first evidence of sitting on the fence. In a revolution, you don't sit in the fence. You're either this way or you're the other way. And so that's it. I've said earlier that in this revolution, like many other revolutions, play the role that you are good at playing. But there's no middle of the roadway to a revolution. You cannot say, I want peace, I want peace. What do you mean by peace? What type of peace do you want? You cannot just do that. And so these people lack credibility. There's nothing that goes for nothing. They say in English that the people die for the truth. The truth shall set you free. That's why people stretch out their necks for the truth. You cannot be fence sitting. Tell the truth as it is. I've given the examples of so many people. You cannot be sitting in Canada and say, well, we're holding a secret meeting. Holding a secret meeting with who? The way you can come out with an agreement in a secret meeting to resolve a problem which is a public problem. It's not possible. Tell the people what is going on. It's not just possible. What is the difference between what went on in Canada with the Grand National Dialogue? Again, I've had the opportunity to say this. This is Canada 2, and it will be Canada 3 if we put the Grand National Dialogue. This IG did not participate in the Grand National Dialogue. They are not ashamed to say they didn't participate. They did not participate in Canada 1. They have not participated in Canada 2. But above all, they did not say that nobody should participate. They did not prevent you from participating. So what have you brought out of your participation? Show us the product. Show us the result. But they're not sure, but they'll blame Sako. Oh, Sako is against unity. Let all of you unite without Sako and deliver. That's the bottom line. Again, back to these cases. There's no reason calling these people's wives, calling their uncles, calling this and that. This is America. We need money to hire the lawyers. The lawyers don't work for free. Even if they were Ambazonians, they will need to pay hotel bills. Send in your money for the defense of the people that you claim to care for. What platforms? Send in the money through the official platforms. But don't go and deceive people, well, I'm raising my own money here. Nanchop is raising money there. ABC is raising his own money on his WhatsApp site. No. So let us be honest to ourselves. Once we're honest to ourselves, the truth shall set us free. Thank you.
Thank you, Barrister. Thank you very much for the illustrations and explanations. They're just so mind blowing. Really, Ambazonian people, them when I want to hear all this to a barrister dey talk so. I go always fit break my own for country talk so that maybe some big mami dey for corner may not dey over ask am say wetin wey that man dey talk so I no dey hear una fit tell me. Mami pikin dem dey wey dey go fit tell you but I go still talk the way wey may reach for all man ear one time for my own way wey I know am too. When they talk, as barrister talk, say when people dey sit down quiet, e don give 2 instances. All we know that time for that former, that defunct, that house wey dem dey call am say Restoration Council, wey for 237 country, dey call am say parliament. These people dem. And not, some dis sister wey call now talk say make we no dey call people their name. Abeg, no be anything of joy for say we dey call person their name wey we no wey person dey shame sef for call their name for him up. But e dey get some time wey you get to call am out as barrister talk so that we go fit differentiate the lies, these lies of deception, this lie dem wey dem don rule am for una. Like you, my sister, you say make e dey only try for bring na unity. Okay, for here we don talk say dem go Grand National Dialogue, dem go Canada 1, dem go Canada 2. No man never stop anybody make dem not bring the Ambazonia wey dem get to bring am. So we no dey talk na because say dem dey hold some person may not do to wey e wan do. Na because say anybody wey dey for any place may begin dey do the things wey e wan do, make the Ambazonia calm. Because we bin don create platform that time wey dey talk of Swiss talk. They come for day, they talk say every person wey dey fight for Ambazonia may come inside that team Ambazonia. Make all man come inside so that we go meet La Republique like a country. Not be like small, small group, then like a country, like a government, like a state. Some people they can't enter inside. What did they do? They can't they bring una the Congo side and they lie and say there's nothing like Swiss talk. Swiss talk na fake. They can't give una lies of deception. And some of una believe them. And na the very people time when La Republique comot here for the thing, that they now come outside, can't tell una again say La Republique don't comot here for the thing. Una not ask una self say, how person go do comot for something where he not be commit himself dey? How he go do comot? So make una just begin dey look all these things, say more una know say we no dey happy here for the corner individuals their name. We are fighting for our nation. But every person at any step in time where they try for manipulate the struggle for their own benefit, we go continually dey call them out. Because if na unity platform, we don't create that platform with our soldiers, we say make everybody join the LGA, join the restoration forces, fight alongside your brothers and sisters for save for the home front and save the nation and save the land. What is some people then do? They say no, I no go belong me for the ARF. I go get my own boys and when I me I go dey tell them what if for do. Now how una want make unity be? When me say if not be me I talk, you talk, it no must be. So before you want to open your mouth to you, dey tell people then say, now na dey create the confusion, if they try for unite people, ask yourself the question, say, wetin be the unity platform the way they don create am? Why everybody not be just aligned to them and let's move forward? You say, no, I go create my own voice, I go get my own name, this, and that. Una start to give all kind names away we see am today. May we be very careful when all of us dey say something, because like now they don't indict our three brothers. It's an Ambazonian call for concern. May any man start begin to send him money now, the Ambazonia people. May we get the highest, the best lawyers where it go fit stand for this case. It's not about you, it's not about Nkokitunja, it's not about any other thing. It's about the Ambazonians and where we need a lawsuit, we need the lawyers for them. Yes. So what's what I want to talk for the whole thing I say. Now a good thing say we get barrister today, a legal mind, we know the thing and as one brother appreciate it, say like the way he put across the answers, which he has always done it and educated our people. Perfect. And now why we he dey here today for this Mamidia platform for still say people the way that visit the Mami platform may they hear directly from me too. And I believe say he don't deliver more than enough where may we sit back, rethink, know say any person where they can cook up lies they give una, don't buy into those lies, because now those lies that don't bring me for side where we did today, starting with the fake, with the defunct restoration council where they bring case for till today we never hear the result for the case. Now they say they go Canada, they never still bring the result. They never still talk anything way they talk for the Canada. But at the end of the day, everybody they turn the blame, the one blame na President Saku. Why? Then you go say make they not call the people the way that they go ahead, they deceive people, they bring deceptive lies. So please, it is a call for consent for every Ambazonian for Sideway we dey for stand up and face the truth and work with it. Barrister, some other thing where there is another question that is semi-question that I also frame was, is Ambazonia on sale? Do you believe anybody has the capacity? Or even if they have to do it, what does it take? And can it even, I'm just curious
Well,
because some people say they have gone to Canada to sell us. They are over there, they synchronize somehow. So maybe you just chime
for
in.
some people, Ambazonia is on sale. If somebody can make 1,000,000 francs, let us be Cameroon francs. He has sold his own chunk of Ambazonia. Let me just give the practical examples. We hear that in Canada, the leader of the delegation for Cameroon was a certain Ellie Smith. They don't travel out for nothing. If Ellie Smith came there, he knows his history. For example, I'm just giving you an example. If he came there and went back to Cameroon with his mission warrant and everything put together, 5 million, 10 million, he has sold Ambazonia his own way. He has taken his own share of the deal. Is Ambazonia on sale? Yes. Another example, when this thing started, 2018, when the Ghost Town rally started 2019, what happened? If you still remember, there was something when the Ghost Town, when the school lockdown thing started. Sacred Heart Mancon was growing into a forest. And Mr. Tanganji got some gendarmes and a few people to clear, to potentially clear the Sacred Heart College Mancon. They bought Mokwata and a few cutlasses. You think those things were manufactured by somebody? No. They were bought pretentiously. They went to somebody who said that thing in Kinkilere somewhere in Douala or Bafoussam, hired 1,000 of them, brought it there, used it for 2 seconds, and paid that guy 10 million francs or 15 million, whatever amount. He has sold Ambazonia his own way. And so on and so forth. Everybody is trying to sell a chunk. But can someone sell what we call Ambazonia? He cannot. You cannot individually sell Ambazonia. If that were possible, Cho Ayaba would have sold the visionary oil deal in London. And so on. You can quote so many examples. Those are all desperate moves. Ambazonia as Ambazonia is not up for sale. That's why no money dished out to A, B, C, or D is going to kill the ideology of an independent Ambazonia. Nothing. They can come here right now and bribe me and give my own money. That will not kill the ideology of Ambazonia. All those gentlemen, boys and girls fighting on the ground, did they know me physically? No. They didn't know me authorities on this medium. But they are fighting to death. How are you going to kill that spirit in them? How are you going to buy that spirit in them? You cannot do it. So, Ambazonia is an ideology. The ideology to freedom. And so that cannot be sold. Ambazonia is a fact. Ambazonia refers to a particular spot in the map of the world with the definition east this one, south this one, north this one. That cannot be sold. I can come and say, well, I speak for Ambazonia. I speak for Ground Zero fighters. I speak for World Kutunja. I speak for Manu. That is not Ambazonia. No, I cannot sell it that. That's why the capture of a certain form in Banso has no effect on the struggle of Ambazonia. It doesn't reduce the fight. The abandonment of the palaces in Manu, in Dian, wherever they are, is not selling the cause of Ambazonia. They are trying to destroy the cause. But the cause is in the people's spirit. It is in the spirit of the mind of the people. So you cannot sell Ambazonia now. You can take some money on the pretext that you're selling something to them, but you sold nothing. I'm sure Atanganji and all Anglophone ministers in here, they know that. They know this fact very, very well. So they cannot sell it. They can take a chunk of money, build their houses in Yaoundé. Those are the who have space in the United States, in France, wherever, come and buy houses here. Ambazonia still stands. The four walls that create Ambazonia geographically are still there. La République did everything to destroy us. But one thing they did not succeed, I can say this concretely, they didn't succeed in demolishing the physical walls. There are some of those boundary marks still standing in my own village. They are there, marked East, EEC, East Cameroon. And so those physical structures are there. They tried to dig them out. I don't know what that was meant. Those people of the 1960s or the 1940s used to be. It is still standing there after almost a century. So you cannot sell Ambazonia. You can sell the people. You can sell some people, but you cannot sell everybody. The ideology has surprisingly to me being inherited by children who were not even whose parents were not even conceived in 1961. Their fighting is stronger than all of us put together have fought the past 30, 40, 50 years. So you cannot sell Ambazonia. No, you're deceiving yourself. If there's money in it, take your own share of the money and go away. But now they must have realized. And I think they realized. That's why Paul Biya said in his own interview, quoting him, we tried to assimilate them over the years, we did not succeed. What is
Some
assimilation?
point.
Gradually absorbing you. They tried this for 50 years, 60 years, they did not succeed. What makes you think that taking £1 million, taking 5 million, taking whatever thing will make you succeed? You will not succeed. I think that's the bottom line. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Barrister. Now, really, the bottom line be that Ambazonian people, person wey not there today for here, I hope say when ABC crew go dey rebroadcast this thing, you go take this take home message. You no fit say Ambazonia since in the days of 19 where people don dey talk say they even try themselves sef for on a plebiscite or on a referendum, they make we and yes, this temporary they succeed. Barrister say pikin the way they dey fight now, na pikin the way they be born their papa them in their parents in the 50s, in the 60s. Na the pikin that they fight now, the never again generation. Then how you think say pikin themselves wey they be born them for that we and yes, some of us for that we and yes time. Now we the fight now. How you think say you fit even say Ambazonia? You no fit even sell the Ambazonia. So if you dey go wherever they dey call you, you dey go take 5 million, you take 1 million, all the million the way you go take am, no say you no go ever get the capacity for say Ambazonia, because Ambazonia is a spirit. Ambazonia is an ideology. Even Ambazonia na place where you get international boundaries, as Barrister talk. Barrister, thank God you don't see the pillar them say they don't try for dig am. Even physically, they cannot dig the pillars boundaries at independence 1st of October 1961. People don't try for erase that date. Some people will call themselves say they be allies, they be educated men and women. They say there was no date like 1st October 1961. They try for still lie una. Someone they even talk say even the genocide where the going, it need to take place. If not, people don't know go to run the go that side. We not ask ourselves say where to cause the people the run, where to cause them the run. It is the fact that there is something and you want to lie, want to deceive the people that it is not what it is. So Ambazonia, the take home message now say nobody fit say Ambazonia. Even when I gather for restoration council, when I gather for outside one, I gather, frame am up, collect the money, nobody fit say Ambazonia, because Ambazonia has been engraved. It has been carved on an everlasting stone. Chop blood money, drink blood money, build blood houses where na only you go to get 9 million for day. You no go fit take away Ambazonia from the Ambazonian people. As Barrister talk, Papa Biya talk am for Paris. Nous avons essayé pendant 60 ans de les assimiler. On n'a pas réussi. They try. So they don't try for pendant combien d'années pour les assimiler, mais on n'a pas réussi. Donc, na the thing then that way they do. They don't try for 60 years now for assimilate that people them in the go. Then who be you be the Ambazonian where you think say you can't even do it. So stop trying. Just humble yourself. Just settle. Because you don't see effortless efforts. Now when it leads you to your own untimely grave. With that note, we go end the show for today, but I go still give our able barrister may give a final word to the people of Ambazonia. Then I round
Thank,
up the show for today.
thank you for having me. Before I end up this discussion, let me give the last example. See, the survivor of Ambazonia is God ordained. People don't seem to understand. The facts are there. When I last went to Boya, when I was in Boya, I lived in Boya most of the time. As a lawyer, we were going to court. The main courthouse in Boya, which you called it the Court of Appeal, was in a building which used to serve as the West Cameroon House of Assembly. That's where the court was sitting all the time. In fact, everything was there. The wooden thing that we were doing there. Sometimes in the early 2000s, later, yeah, when they came there, they said they wanted to build a different court structure. They came with their caterpillars, they demolished that building and put a different structure there. I don't know what happened. Someone told them, "We will not put down this building. Do what you want to do, you will not put down this building." And they listened to it. If you go to Boyana and go up to the Court of Appeal, to the court premises, that building is there. They build the own attachment to it, but the main building is still there. Does this thing sound historical to us? Why would they not have just bulldozed that building and gone away? They put up the Procurator General's office, attached it to the former Southern Cameroon House of Assembly, which was in 1960, 59, 60, 61. It is still standing there as we speak. So who says you can destroy Ambazonia? You cannot destroy Ambazonia. They tried before. What we have on our logos, the Prime Minister's Lodge. It's still there. They tried to say we want to demolish and put something else. Somebody said you will not. It's still standing there as we speak today. Can they give an explanation to it? You can give, but you must say that God is protecting some of these things that you and me did not know. And so, what do we go home learning from this lesson, from this discussion? The arrest and indictment of Ambazonians who were in the struggle anywhere in the world will be fought with the last energy of our body. We will fight them. If they arrest them in London, we will go and use the British system to fight them. If they arrest them in China, we will go to China and fight them with their Chinese legal system. And of course, as it's going on now, if they arrest them in the United States, we will fight. We would fight. And so rest assured, especially the families of those who are directly involved now, victory always has its own victims. We don't want to be victims, but there will be victims. But rest assured that by the time that somebody becomes a victim and ceases to talk, we have put in the last energy that we have. We have done everything which is humanly possible. And then come together. Yes, no problem, we're coming together. But there's no revolution in the world where everybody entered the same ship. No. There will always be dissident voices. Some because they don't even understand. Some because they want the short course. They are not used to war. When somebody dies, they're afraid. That will always happen. But where there are splinter group, there's always a leadership group, a group that carries the majority, that pulls the crowd. Accept these realities. That is what it is. Accept it for what it is. That's why I've been in this government for a long time. All these things, Canada one, they always invited us. And my advice to Saku, we are not going there. I will not stop anybody from going there, but we are not going. It has worked. We didn't sanction anybody who went there. But they went there, they have not delivered. Accept that fact. Just accept that fact. But for any car to drive through the winter, for any plane to fly, we'll need fuel, we'll need gas. The only gas that flies the plane, the oil fuel that flies a plane, that runs the engine of a car, is bought with money. We need money. Contribute your widow's mite, and we will deliver it. Again, from this indictment, you see them. These people were giving account of how they raised $350,000. I don't know whether that is true, but that's what is written in the indictment. And how they spent it. They were giving account to the county. Prepare an account. That is symptomatic of what Ambazonia will look like. We'll give account for what is entrusted into us for public consumption. So having been put in that position where they were rendering account where necessary, we are not going to let them down. If there was a mistake, it's not theirs. Let them fault us. Who created the system and put them there? Not them. Who were just elected to do the job. So, fellow Ambazonians, brothers, sisters, everybody here, go home with the understanding that one for all for one. That slogan was not coined out of nonsense. It was coined out of rare intelligence. Thank you, madam, for having me. I hope some people have learned something from this discussion. I just hope
Thank
so.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. As usual, personally, I have learned a lot. Really, I've learned a lot. There were some things before I started the program. I even wrote that it was arrest because in the country where I am, when those things take place, I will know that they have just come and arrested you and taken you to court. I speak it in my own language. We're going home now. I know that under the American law, it is indictment. I'm very happy. And so many other things that I've heard about here, I will know how to express them. And for all we Ambazonian people, them, this thing wey don happen, so I no wan go for repeat wetin wey our barrister don talk am again for country talk because our time don dey go wey we get to dey comot for this platform because another program dey come. So I dey just beg the thing wey dey now na say make any man charge him pocket, make any man charge him pocket fine fine for say the thing wey e don come me talk with the elephant wey dey inside house, we go get to know how for cut am. So make any man pikin know as e wan dey cut am, dey send am so that make at the end of the day, make the family dem know say dem no dey alone. Na the same thing wey when home front be talk say dem wan do self defence, we too we ask am say una wan do home
You are watching The Horizon, the voice of the Amber Woman, exclusively on ABC Amber TV. Samboy Records.
Welcome to me.
Magical Hakeem on the beats.
Nakamedi banana. Oh, Bongo mbozeo, Boshe mbozeo, Bonge mbozeo, Bumubiri ezamno. Bongo mbozeo, Boshe mbozeo, Pameta mbozeo. Down nepotism. Let's say no to bad energy and embrace some love. To the clock, to the one, let us live in harmony. Bongo mbozeo, oshe mbozeo, bonge mbozeo, bumubiri etamno. Bongo mbozeo, oshe mbozeo, bameka mbozeo. Dance to this morning, jaule, 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 jaule. Together we will make a better for the land and try to right the wrongs that were caused in the land. Let's say no to tribalism, nepotism. Let's say no to bad energy and embrace some love. To the clock, to the wall, let us live in harmony. Love, 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 love is all we need.
Magical Hakeem on the beats.
Love.